What is good, rookies, and welcome to our round 10 review. Nice, short, and sweet one for you today. Before we jump into it, 826 subscribers. Massive shout out to you all and our reoccurring members that are signed on again for a second month. You know who they are. Amazing. Just amazing support. We are trying to get to 1,000 subs for the buy rounds before or after. So make sure if you are here, you hit that like button, hit that subscribe. As we jump into our week, we are slowly making some ground in our rankings. Not jumping up by 4,000, unfortunately, like we did 2 weeks ago, but a nice steady 2K jump into the top 3%. Again, we're aiming to just finish in that top 1%, managing our expectations. Second year in, let's just get to that top 1% and stay there. So really positive signs for the side all over. Jumping into the team, look, we had a bit of a mixed bag. We knew Holmes was probably going to have a quiet game. Had a great first quarter, but again, just quieting down there. Bailey Smith for Geelong. Is he a captaincy VC option now? I think so. Overall from the back line, not horrible. Cheezel, again, got moved in that role, back to that half-forward role, just a little bit quieter role. It's so annoying because Clarko can't make his mind up what he wants to do with Cheezel. At 77, we kind of wear that at the moment. We'll see what happens. Could potentially flip. I don't mind it. I don't hate the idea. Zorko, a 99. Again, we were worried about Coleman jumping back into the team. It doesn't seem like it did all that much. He did slow down towards the end of the game, so was expecting a little bit more of a bigger score here. Had a good first half, slowed right down. Whitfield, just a 109, very, very solid. And Sinclair, as expected, another spike game against West Coast. And Roberts, doing Roberts things, 84. We kind of wear that as a D6 at the moment, so very happy with that. Going into our midfield, Richards, a little bit quieter, and we kind of expect this little bit of regression with Treloar out of the side now. We saw Bont and Liver had massive games alongside Dale. 49 possessions or something like that for Dale. Absolutely crazy. Dunkley, again, a very solid score. What a great pick he's been for us. Newcomb repaid the faith just a little bit, going a 121. We wanted a 160. We had to force the VC on him, as did Scoobs and Cheese. But hey, we take it. Xerra, 142. Massive spike game here for Xerra, so very happy with that. We did choose to keep Daniel over Bice, which actually worked in our favour as Daniel repaid the faith with a 97, which we were kind of betting on. With the news of Sheasel dropping back into that, or dropping forward, I should say, to that half-forward role against Richmond, we were expecting a bigger score from Daniel, and we definitely got that here with a 97, so very, very nice. And we had our rookies on field. Now, we unfortunately, with the trades that we did make, which we did send Bice out, and we sent TDK out alongside, I believe it was Paco, left us with the inability to move Hooley, which was the original plan, into the midfield for Moraes. Now, Moraes was the sub for the game, but had a very early sub on, which allowed him to have a bit of a decent game. So our rookies across the board all hit their 67, 68 marks, which for the rookie shambles that we could have, not too bad. But overall from the midfield, you can't really complain. Brought in Sherry. We gave him the captaincy as the debut. We've already updated the VC and C for this week, but Sherry ended up wearing the captain armband, did a 150 for us. You'll love to see it. In our forward line, again, just some solid numbers here outside of one very poor hammy. So we had Smith, 156, Track, 94, Rankin, a 90. Could have been a lot more, just couldn't get it done. McRae, a 77. It's just really interesting. He's going to give us these floor games, but then he's going to give us a massive 160 spike games as well. So a little bit of a frustrating own at this point, but again, not enough to be worried, especially with a nice buy. 40 man, we're waiting on Tuesday to find out real information about his injury. I've been off AFL as Supercoach most of the weekend, as I was down in Bendigo doing some NBR1 commentary with Supercoach Horse. SC Horse from the Insight Fantasy Sports channel. So if you guys want to go check that out and hear Rookie Coach commentate on some basketball, make sure you go to NBL1, look up the Bendigo Braves versus Melbourne Tigers for both the men's and women's. Let me know how you thought. First time doing it. Give me a rating out of 10. If it's not 12, I don't want to hear it. But we had, Horn Francis go down quite early in the game with the hammy. So just a 22, which we got cancelled out, which meant we took all these scores. But again, took Cleary's loop score here with a 58. We did bring in Johnson just as he was on the bubble. And I think we're going to leave Henderson for the moment just because he does seem to be a good loop option, especially coming into this round. Then we had Warner with 126 as well. So overall, our team did pretty well. We were hoping for some bigger scores, probably from Holmes or Sheasel. Rookies, I'm not going to complain about because they did fairly solid. And midfield ticked all the boxes. It's just unfortunate with Horn Francis going down at the moment. Again, just McRae, you probably expected a lot more from a West Coast matchup, but it is what it is. Moving into our early trade thoughts. Now, we used our last boost to get Sherry in. Not that we needed to use it, but we just wanted to make some movements happen because we wanted to get Holmes in as well. Our defense is fine. We've got no rookies on field there. Totally fine. We've still got 3 rookies on field and 1 in the forward line. So we need to start making a plan, not only one for buy structure, but also to get these rookies off field. The trouble is now with the Horn Francis injury, and we'll be waiting on injury reports to confirm on how long it is, yada yada, because it may not be worth trading him out if he comes back. But again, it doesn't feel great. So early trade thoughts, break even wise, Ashcroft has got an 86. They do come up against Hawthorn. He's not going to lose that much cash. He's got Hawks, Essendon, then Adelaide, a little bit tougher. Not the easiest matches up until their bye for now. So it may actually be worth jumping off. But what else can we do here? In regards to like downgrade targets, Simpson from Freo seems to be the main one if you didn't go early. So I'd be looking at him. And we could potentially do a Cleary down to him as well. But I kind of want to keep my playing rookies for the moment, especially for cover, because I'd rather save a trade and not get Horn Francis out if it's like a week, 2 weeks, or whatever it might be. Moraes is still playing. Hopefully, this gives him a bit of a bump up in the hierarchy of the team because he actually did quite well. And Lindsay as well, and Ashcroft. I don't think there's any issues with job security for these guys. So quite reluctant to move them on. We got absolutely kissed fielding Moraes over Al Hooley. Al Hooley did get subbed. I don't know what Brad Scott is doing over there, but whatever it is, it's not working. So we could potentially look to move Huswaite out because Nash is going to come back. I don't believe Huswaite has a avenue of coming back into the team at the moment. So we could simply just move him up there. We could potentially just move Warner into there and have Simpson come in the flex. And we can pretty much just hide a rookie there for now, which will give us 58k. Nothing too crazy. You do have to, I apologize for any sniffing that you might hear. Allergies just attacked me out of nowhere about 15 minutes before sitting down to record. So Simpson's a clear downgrade target for us this week. Had a nice 70, has a very nice break even of negative 53. I dare say job security looks okay. Again, I don't know too much about the pick, but a 53 and a 71 against a tough team as well. Coming into a decent lineup here, especially with the run afterwards in North and Essendon, should be a decent position. Again, I think he is playing back on the defensive line as well. So I like to keep green ticks. So this helps us get at least some arrays off field, even if he is sub, because he was sub 2 weeks in a row now. I'm not going to touch the back line. Not really going to touch anything else here. I'm fine holding Ashcroft even with that break even, just because I'd rather see green ticks here for cover at the moment. Al Hooley may not have great job security. Carroll, again, these two are very questionable. But in regards to our midfield, we just want to get rid of some dead wood. Boxall absolutely dropped, so not great there. And Cleary and Johnson. I mean, Cleary clearly has some good job security, so we'll see what happens there when Mills gets introduced into the side. And Johnson as well. I think he did enough. I think they did end up. Let me just double check here before I talk too much. So Melbourne did end up beating Brisbane, so that I think that goes well for Johnson that they were able to beat the reigning Prems with him in the side. So for the moment, we are just looking at moving on Deadwood for Johnson and then just seeing what happens here. It may be worth just swinging maybe a McRae or someone with 4 DPP into that flex position. Again, could just be a Warner. But we will be waiting on the Horn Francis news report. So we'll see what happens there with his injury. Massive projections for Gorn this week of a 181 against... Who is he going up against? More importantly, going up against Grundy. So this will be interesting at the MCG. Grundy's actually been playing pretty good, but Grundy did let Goldstein go 112, I believe. So Gorn should have another good day. We've got Sherry versus Cameron, which could be tough, but Sherry's in really good form at the moment. As I said, we're going to go through our trades on Thursday/Wednesday, Tuesday night, whenever I get around to it. And we'll go from there. I do apologize for no After Dark on the weekend. As I said, I was away with the commentating for the NBL 1. So there will be After Dark this week, Saturday night. So make sure you come back, as we'll be having an absolute ball. If you made it this far, let me know how you did for this week. Let me know your rank. Let me know what you scored. Let me know who your villain was. Who was your worst player in the team and who was your best? Very, very interested to see how you guys went this week. Been missing the Supercoach and AFL this weekend, so keen to talk all things about it during the week leading into round 11. If you made it this far, leave a like. Make sure you subscribe. Chasing that 1K, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.